and welcome to Comics with Jose. My name is Jose. I love comics and I want to share them with you. Follow me on Twitter at Art of J Velez, on Instagram at jvelez622. We're going to review some comics that I like, that I love, and some that I don't like or love. I own all the comic books that I am showing. Even though we're going to be looking at them digitally, I actually have copies of every single comic book that we are going to review. Like and subscribe, and thanks for listening. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me here as we discuss my favorite subject, comic books. We're finally going to conclude the Alex Ross Justice book, issues 11 and 12. I ran out of time in the last video, so I do apologize. It ran long because it's just jammed packed. Sorry. So here is the cover for issue 11, as we're going to have Sinestro and Green Lantern face off. The series is very good. Alex Ross plotted it, and Jim Kruger is the penciler, and he painted on top of his pencils. Here's the Joker causing chaos, which of course helps the League. He he's just upset he wasn't invited to join. And they asked Brainiac if this was part of his plan, which he says yes. So great. Look at this. Just amazing, beautiful work by Alex Ross. And here, the parasite gets Metallo's Kryptonite heart, and he's going to dispose Superman once and for all. So he's heading toward the guy covered in lead with the big S in his shoulder. And here comes Parasite. He says, too bad Captain Marvel won't be around to save you. And when he pulls the lead, it is Captain Marvel, not Superman. It was a trick. And Captain Marvel says, thanks for thinking I was Superman, and then tosses them. Just incredible. It's a good story. And so here comes Green Lantern, who was underneath this, and off they're going to fight Sinestro. And he has a ring, and he realizes that it's not green. And he had found some blue kryptonite at the Fortress of Solitude and worked as a mask. So now the heroes are going to make make the stand. And Captain Marvel destroys the kryptonite heart, says, we'll find something else for Metallo, but not this anymore. It's kind of funny because he shatters it, and you don't want to do that because each piece can kill him. You want to do something else, but that's all right. It looks more impactful this way. So, Parasite wants power, and is just trying to, you know, here they go. You wouldn't want it. You wouldn't want my power anyway. So, Captain Marvel's about to face off with Black Adam. Black Adam is weakened, and Captain Marvel's putting pressure on his neck. He wants him to say the words that'll transform him back to human, because he has remained Black Adam for centuries. And he says if you say the words, he'll let him go. And so, just surrender. And he, of course, says Shazam. And the lightning bolt goes through and transforms him. It just goes through everybody. So, the heroes or the villains are starting to fall. And John Stewart is going to use his ring to cleanse them from the little worms. And so He just realized he's becoming infected, but as he becomes infected, here comes the green light curing them. He's also wiping the memories of the villains to not remember who the heroes were, as Sinestro and Green Lantern fight. So even now the villains are free, but of course they don't remember who the heroes were. So Green Lantern's using the same yellow ring, and Sinestro um, says, you can't have it, and Green Lantern says, I don't care. He says, if you kill me, there's already Stewart, there's the League, the Green Lantern Corps, everything's over. So they're gonna they're gonna fight. And here's a funny part. This is there's already somebody bigger, so another one of the heroes that is able to get big. So the heroes have won for now, or have won the battle, and Grodd is weakened. Flash is angry. The Martian Manhunter stop him, reads his mind, and he says that the vision was engineered by Brainiac, but he's trying to make it real by every weapon of mass destruction in the world is under his control. So then they think that this was Brainiac's plan all along. And so Superman asks Zatanna to take him to the fortress. This is Lois Lane, of course, who Superman's all in love with. And Batman's like, we're going to need some help. As Luthor's kind of... So Zatanna spells are backwards, so... The yellow rings go without power, and Sinestro thinks that's good because he says Hal Jordan's nothing without his ring, and he's mistaken. So, Toyman has teleported him back, and Aquaman's behind him, and they warn him. They're trying to use his son as a weakness, and Aquaman says, "No, it's my strength." And he's shocked here when he sees that there are thousands of clones, each one holding a clone of the baby. So Sinestro and Hal Jordan continue fighting, and Hal Jordan's not afraid of death, and beats Sinestro. He goes, "Have your vengeance," and he hits him and hits him and hits him and says, "This isn't vengeance, it's justice." Which I think this is just so flippin' cool. So, and look at this. Woo, what a panel of the heroes taking all the clones apart. So they're looking for the real Brainiac and his son. So, and Superman here, it shows his selflessness and how amazing Superman can be. They warn that that there's children in the city, and they need to save them. And Superman says that he'll take care of it because, after all, it's his job, which is a play on it. This is a job for Superman. Well, Superman is a hero, and this is what he does. It's just amazing. It's a beautifully done. It's a great story. So, and this thing is getting destroyed, and because they were fighting in the roof of that city, so Solomon Grundy is hitting that thing, so they're going to fall to their death. But here comes the ring, and then he uses it to catch Sinestro. He told them this isn't vengeance. They're not here to kill. So Now that they've defeated Brainiac's army, they have to deal with the Scarecrow, who's forcing these people here to sort of fight for him because they're under his control. And it's just pretty cool. The heroes now have to be careful because these are just regular people. And Robin's like, we just hope we don't kill anybody, even by accident. But Green Lantern, of course, is going to come and cleanse everybody. And here's the lady that was writing the letter to start with. And Scarecrow is upset that the parasites are gone, so he's going to go with another tactic. He's going to use his fear. And so now the league's going to have to choose between stopping them, his victims, from killing each other. So, and then here comes the final issue, number 12. Great cover. So, here we go. So, we are going to there's so much here that is we'll see if we can get this thing unpacked because Superman, he's such a good person, um, and it's in his inner monologue. He just shows that he is really the greatest superhero that we have. How he feels that he just has to, he's full of morals. He's a good person. So he's looking for Toyman, and he's destroying all the toys here. And he finds him, but he is not really human anymore. Toyman thinks he needed to do this to help save the people, and this is Toyman here, who's really just living in the Matrix, essentially, here. And he says that no, they're gonna save everyone, and these kids are gonna go back to their homes. Toyman says they needed to be here to be kept alive, but no, that's Superman's not gonna allow that. They're going to, you know, they're going to stop, and I love that determination. Luthor's here saying he is a humanitarian, and Batman tells him he's a fool and a criminal. And he's this was all the goal here in this. Brainiac was gonna only take those humans who wanted a free lunch, the lazy, the sick, and the strong were gonna stay on the Earth and be able to evolve to be a better species without the weaker dragging them down. And he says to Batman that he should understand what the world would be like if the criminals and those weak weren't in there. And Batman goes, so you trusted an alien robot to make this possible? And he says that Brainiac always planned to double cross him and he was going to kill everyone. He doesn't believe in people that, he doesn't believe in organics. And he was going to kill everyone. Batman says that regardless, he's going to help him. And he tells Luthor that if he doesn't, he guarantees he'll die 10 minutes before everybody else. And Luthor tells Grodd that he knows that Batman's not bluffing. So, Luthor's again saying he was trying to save humanity. And Batman says, good, then do it. So, Martian Manhunter gives Grodd the Sinestro ring. they're gonna need all the help they can get, and the Atom brings the power cell. He's the one that's been keeping it safe, and Green Lantern here is dealing with all the people that the Scarecrow was has been controlling, and then of course here comes Superman telling him no one's gonna die today. It's and I know people get, I know Superman can be a bit of a Boy Scout, but as a character, he's just a good person. That's what Superman is. So, Brainiac has gone to another body, and Manta is the one that has Aquaman's son. So they're gonna help everyone get out of these cities before they all die from those missiles coming. And the Scarecrow's running away, and here comes the Joker dressed as a vampire. And so, what does a vampire do? And he bites the Scarecrow, leaving his teeth in him. So, Poison Ivy has this part. Um, you can see from all the plants, and they're going to. Here comes the heroes. I'm going to go to another one of the cities. And Wonder Woman knows that Cheetah is following them, so she says she'll deal with Cheetah so everybody else can go. Now, be prepared for this part because this is really shocking. So, Wonder Woman, of course, has been dying, and she removes her armor, and you can see that Wonder Woman is she's about to die. So, and she is going to fight the cheetah one more time. So, and I don't think she kills her, but the indication was she was going to kill her, but she does not appear that she is. So, here come the heroes. Find the remnants of Brainiac. Zatanna turns them into stone. Finds one of them. Brainiac basically says he wanted his own people, and that life forms he wanted to remake his own people, because Superman had a chance to he's in Krypton. He found new people, and that's what Brainiac basically wants. So here come the other ones to the where Poison Ivy is, and Oliver says, "Oh, I don't feel like fighting," and she says because he's euphoric from the plants, and Supergirl uses her heat vision to dispose of Poison Ivy, and here come the missiles, and they're going to link. Martian Manhunter is going to link Grodd, and Luthor together. And basically, what they're going to do is get the missiles to not go where they're supposed to go, instead, go somewhere else. They're going to essentially redirect the missiles. So, Grodd says that Luthor is disgusting, even lower than most primates, and Luthor just doesn't want this to be permanent. So, here comes Aquaman, and these are the people for Black Manta, who he's enslaved them, and he's holding his son here, and tells them that don't fight back, and he'll return them to the mother. And um, so he drops his weapon because he says he'll return to the mom unharmed, and so he does. And the people start attacking him, and he's Aquaman's gonna make one last ditch effort. He says he can't believe he enslaved them, and what he's done to no people is no different than what others have done to them. Black Manta, of course, doesn't take that very well. You're controlling them, through the costume, angering Black Manta, taking away their freedom. And you can see that he's doing his disabling. He tells them to kill the child, but of course um, they're no longer obeying. And he's gonna try to kill Aquaman himself. Of course, Aquaman's like, yeah, nope. And we're getting to the end game here. The missiles are have been redirected, and now it's up to Hal Jordan. So the heroes are trying to get everybody safe. And rings around reserve, and Hal Jordan's like, no, we're gonna keep going. If he has to sacrifice his life, then he will. So Brainiac arrives, and Luthor's waiting for him, and he says, um, you know, he knew he was going to betray him because he's an alien. And so um, Brainiac says, do you need me to stop the missiles? He's like, nope, I want you to go away. So basically, he can't he can't change bodies anymore. He can only um, go into his ship. So he wants him to get off the planet. So, and Superman, of course. I love this part here. Why is Lex Luthor Superman's greatest enemy? And here in these two panels, the explanation of why Lex Luthor is Superman's greatest enemy, not because of his wealth or weaponry, not because he greed, not because he's evil, but because he can't be humbled. Amazing stuff. This is so well written. So it's a very good story. So Superman kind of snaps Luthor, makes sure, and all the missiles are going up. And Brainiac says, "Well, you're all the humanity. I'm just gonna kill him." But the heroes, so when mankind's here, he thinks, but the heroes are had a plan. So what happened is Brainiac had shrunk his ship into tiny. That's how he was able to keep it hidden. And you can see there. Now she can't breathe because they were following him, and she's in outer space. So Superman uses his whatever he had left of the air he carried inside, freezes the ship. Red Tornado grabs it. Zatanna is dying. Superman takes off his cape. Brainiac's a little pissed. The Green Lantern Corps has shown up, just basically grabbing all the missiles and saving Hal Jordan. A very good. I like that. So Superman wraps Zatanna out, and off he goes. And they burn, but she's wearing the super cape. So, and he does CPR on her very gently, so as to not kill, or as to not destroy her chest. And then she breathes and tells him thank you in backwards. So, Superman saved her. And they bring Wonder Woman to the Amazons so that she can die with her people or be buried by her people. But remember, Wonder Woman was made from clay. So, things aren't quite that easy for her to die as she is basically brought back. So, Wonder Woman is also immortal and can't die. And the heroes, of course, are happy. And we're getting a bit of an interlude here. Brainiac's been imprisoned, and he's the villains are being returned to jail. Joker's happy that everyone's back and they can party where it's not so exclusive, and they can he can be a part. So, for the first time, there's no nuclear weapons on Earth. So they are, whether humanity builds them again or not, for a moment, the world doesn't have to worry about nuclear war. And the heroes are fixing the satellite. The baby here, you can see he's returned. And, here's the Legion of Superheroes, kind of that there's now for certain going to be a tomorrow. And then we just kind of end with Superman going back to being Clark Kent. And the end. So I'm going to just show you the little bit of extras that it came. So it came with the 3 covers, or these 3 things that were released. Alex Ross is just great. So the heroes, the villains, and then the armors. So I hope you enjoyed this. This is a really good one. It's called Justice. Look it up. It's an amazing work. Written by Alex Ross with Jim Kruger, penciled by Doug Braithwaite, and painted, of course, by Alex Ross. Like and subscribe. Thanks for listening.